coaster. This is a weird one. What's up, YouTube? It's been a minute. Your boy's been slacking on some videos lately. But there's been a lot going on in the background, which I feel like everybody says that when they're not, you know, making videos. But I got a new job, and well, it's been taking up a lot of my time. And when I'm not working, this bike has been broken. As you guys do know, stunt bikes are not the cleanest bikes, and they break real quick. They get clapped out pretty damn quick. So she's been broken, and I haven't been taking her out. And when I do, I'm not really doing much. I just go out so I can ride with the boys and watch them throw down, you know. But I've been taking it to the lot here and there. I got some of the stuff I needed to get fixed on it. And oops, hopefully he don't mind I cut him. I don't think he even cared or noticed it. But yeah, one main thing I need to get fixed is my right fork is in need of a rebuild. Or I don't know, it needs a rebuild probably, because it squeaks pretty bad. It squeaks pretty bad in there. I don't know why. Here, I'll do a little wheelie for you guys. A little one-hander action, baby. I think this guy was recording me. But yeah, I've been working quite a bit, putting in my new hours, getting used to my new hours, and it's definitely an upgrade from my last job, but it's a lot more responsibility. So I used to work for FedEx. I did it for a little bit. Before that, I worked at this Ford plant that's not really Ford, it's more of a Ford customer. Like, we did all the headliners for Ford, GM. Ford was our major guy though, so that's why I say Ford. Every other brand was just like an off, just like a here and there type of thing. GM, we did quite a bit of that, but not nearly as much as Ford. We did all the F-150s and stuff. I hope you guys can still hear me. I haven't tried out my microphone in a while, so hopefully my audio is not too shit. But yeah, I used to be a production supervisor at the Sibley plant, and I did that for a while. I didn't like my manager anymore. He was a big pain in the butt, to put it in a more nicer way. He was just, normally they're pains in the butt, but this guy was just, I don't know what's up with him, man. He's just crazy. The dude was so OCD about everything, and it was like the dumbest things. I don't know if you guys ever had a manager like that. I never did until I got this guy, and I've worked at different places. Even in that company, the manager we had before wasn't like that. He was demanding, but not in that type of level. So I quit that. I wanted to focus on stunt riding for a while, learn how to do everything I needed to learn, go to all the rides, and then once I was done with that, I wanted to get back into a production supervisor position, and I did. I found another warehouse, and I took a position, and it's more time consuming, and it's very mental. I love doing a wheelie in this bridge. The bridge is so pretty. There's an ambulance behind me, so in case something happens, we're gooch. Turn lanes with it. I was trying to keep it going, but for me, sit downs, it's hard to steer it. Like, I can steer it enough if it's like a small turn, but when it's one of those big ones, I don't know, my booty is just not very good at turning, I guess. Sorry if I haven't been posting like crazy. Back when I worked for FedEx, I was doing the delivery on a box truck, so I would be done quick, and I had all the time in the world to edit videos, and I wasn't exhausted because it's more physical than mentally. And yeah, so switching it up. I'm about 3 weeks in now at this new job, almost a month. And hold on, I think there might be too much wind here. Hopefully. This bike feels so nimble. I rode it at the lot and it felt great. Just my front end feels like shit, but I'm gonna get slowly. This new job's gonna help me have a little bit of extra cash to rebuild this bike in the winter time. As in rebuild, just fix everything that's broken and do like a little bit more of like a pretty, like I like to make it look nice. So every winter time I take everything apart, I change all the bolts that are broken, rusted, anything that has cracks in it. I'd go over the bike, I make sure everything's good, and then I repowder all the powder. And this year I'm gonna need a lot more because I went a little bit heavier on circles, and circles really abused my bike. I put a lot of time into circles, and one thing with circles is they wear your bike out pretty quick. When you have one bike and you use it for everything, it really freaking wears it out really quick, boys. So future reference, when you're learning, you wear it out by looping so much, but after you get past the looping stage where you're kind of good, and if you only ride streets, usually your bike is in good conditions as long as you're not dropping or falling so much. But once you start doing a lot of lot work, like circles, stoppies, and stuff that just you fall more, your bike hits the ground a lot more. It breaks plastics, it breaks everything. Hopefully this next season I'll have another bike to play around with and let baby girl rest for a little bit. I really want to get a dirt bike. I think a dirt bike would be sick. I want like either a supermoto or like a 450. I don't know, two strokes are pretty cool too, but I just don't like the whole having to do the oil when you put gas in it. Like all that would just flip me out. Like where would I keep all that stuff? I don't want to keep oil on me if I need to go ride streets, you know. I want to just put gas in it. I don't want to kickstart a bike either. The 450s usually you can just, they're fuel injected. Hey, but a lot of you guys have been commenting on my videos, have been watching them, supported the channel, and I've been noticing it. And honestly, after seeing some comments, made me want to come out today after work, take a little break, and then ride some streets real quick, make a video for you guys, a little update. And coaster. Hopefully make some more videos for you guys, boys. I don't want to let this channel die out, even though I just started it, but it's just a little bit while I get my real life situated. Once I get that figured out, I'll be back on my BS, boys. Even the KC guys are probably gonna watch this and be like, this dude hasn't been riding. I didn't ride last weekend with them and they were drilling my ass, but it's because my rear set was broken, like the actual mount. So my rear set was just hanging. I had a cord running through it, some wire, and it started getting to the point where I couldn't shift to first. So I said, yeah, I'm not riding streets anymore. I couldn't shift to first and I couldn't shift to second. So it was a pain in the ass, and then I was afraid of it breaking on me in the streets. One bad thing about FZs, if you guys have an FZ, do not buy the SS Motos rear sets. Keep the stock. Whoa, I don't know if, no, we're good. I thought that was the stop over there, but there's no light over there. It's over here. Yeah, do not buy the rear sets for the FZ07s. They are too strong, boys. They will break, because under the rear set there's another rear set. It's the rear set bracket, and that thing is just as delicate as your rear set. It's not very strong. So with these things don't break. You'll be going through, I literally put them on a month, I think for a month. The first day I dropped the bike, I bent the rear set mount. The second time I unbent it because it was hitting the chain. the little wing that goes on the top of the rear set was hitting the chain, and I had to unbend it back, and then I dropped it again, and then it bent again, and then as I was riding it broke. So it's not like replacing a rear set. You got to replace the whole bracket, which means you got to take the mount off, the swing arm bolt off. It's just a pain in the ass, boys. I'd rather replace rear set pegs than having to keep replacing those, and they're expensive. I think they're like 80 bucks for some used ones. Luckily I have my boy, he knows how to weld, so he welded it and reinforced it for me. But if you do have the SS Motos, take the spacers off on the corner. If you take those off, it gives it enough clearance so where the bike won't hit the peg when it falls, or the peg won't hit the ground. So it'll hit, the cages will hit, but the peg won't hit, which I don't know if that's a good or bad thing. It's a good thing your shit won't break, but it might hit something else. But it was a good idea. It's just, if you do run these, reinforce your brackets, or take that little peg side off, because that peg adds about that much more of a space, and that's what gets you. It'll break your mount. Dude, this park, or that's how I would consider it a park. This thing is getting crazy, man. I remember probably 5 years ago, this place had nothing. It was all dead. Everything was dead. Now it was just this was the main attraction, and before it didn't even have anything in it. It was all dead. And now there's a freaking stadium getting built. There's this, I don't know what this is, and there's a bunch of cool stuff inside of there now. I mean, this is crazy. It's so cool. Yeah, there's a bunch of dirt right here. Oh, I'm gonna bust my butt. Oh, wow. Look at that stadium. Yeah, this has been the same. That's pretty sick. Somebody got a little Honda Rebel action going on out here. I want to do some circles, but it's just so damn dirty here. All this construction, there's gravel everywhere, there's dirt. I don't think that'd be a good idea. I'm gonna end up falling, busting my head in front of everybody. Let's do it right here. Oh, the second gear. Almost. Oh, second gear? I didn't even know second gear could have the power to do that. No, it ain't much. I was gonna try to save that right there, but I knew it wasn't gonna be good if I tried it. That's the experience you get from circling every day, boys. You realize when it's appropriate to bail and when it's appropriate not to bail. But I just circled in second gear over there, and this bike somehow didn't die on me right off the rip. That's crazy. I guess this bike does got power, but I wanted to give those guys a show, man. Torque these bikes got, boys. That second gear circles that I've never done in my life before, just doing them like it's nothing. And then like third gear, one hand, baby. Check this out. One hand. That's crazy. So I'm telling you, boys, if I haven't sold this bike yet to you, there it is, dude. You guys got power for days. 636s, throw them in the trash. Just kidding. But those bikes are pretty cool too. But I'm telling you, man, these bikes got ridiculous power. But this is gonna wrap up the video, boys. I will see if I can make a video this weekend for you guys. I most likely will. I just need to post it. I have a lot of content, just need to post it. Hopefully with this new schedule, I'm getting kind of used to it. I work mornings, I did over there before, but I was getting out at like 6. Now I'm getting in a little early and getting out a little later, but your boy is exhausted. But hopefully with this new job, I'm starting to get used to it. Content's gonna be coming back out. Later, boys.